Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I drop my next one. You guys, we have a major Diddy case update as more plaintiffs are added to this case, and a lot of them are well known. Now, this is not to say that everyone is guilty in the situation. I am just bringing you guys the facts as this is worked out in court. I am sure that if anyone had alibis or etc. during the time and dates of these new allegations of people now being named with Diddy, they will come out in court. However, again, I just want to give you guys a case update. This is not a matter of my own opinion. And I want to show you guys that this was recently filed March 7th of 2025. There are 87 pages. We will be reading through this. And I want you guys to pay attention to this particular case, because Diddy is being sued by multiple people. This is courtesy of attorney Sean R. Perez, Esquire, in Nevada. That is her address, her phone number, her email. And this is the case of Ashley Parham, excuse me if I did not say that correctly, and a Jane Doe and a John Doe as plaintiffs. And this was filed in United States District Court for the Northern District of California. Case number, etc. Jury trial is demanded. This will be part 1, and I'm sure there will be multiple parts. Also, I want you guys to pay attention to who is now being sued along with Diddy. Diddy being listed at the top. Sean Combs also goes by P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love, Puffy, and Diddy. Christina Quorum, Shane Pierce, Ruben Valdez, John Pelletier, Odell Beckham Jr. I actually recognize him. He is a football player. Drew Desbordes, a.k.a. Druski. I believe he is a social media personality. Jacqueline Wright, a.k.a. Jaguar Wright, another personality, social media personality, former singer. Helena Harris Scott, Mateus Gonzalez, Brandy Cunningham, Janice Combs. I believe Janice Combs is Diddy's mother, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, correct me in the comments. Keith Lux, a.k.a. Big Homie CC, and John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. Again, they are starting to name more people. I want you guys to pay attention to who is being named now, as well as these John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. Apparently, these are more people whom are defendants. Anyway, I just want to get into this. Again, this will be part 1. For more, like, share, and subscribe, you guys. As always, hit that thumbs up. Share your comments respectfully. Let's get into this. There's a trigger warning put on this document as it contains highly graphic information of SA allegations, battery, holding someone against their will, and traffic. Let's get straight into this. And if you have not seen me before, for matters of reading this, some of these things would have to be what I call YouTube coded, meaning I can't read exactly what it says, but we will try to work around the words phrased as best as possible in order to get the story out to you, because YouTube does not like for you to use certain languages. Let's go. Plaintiff Ashley Parham, or we'll just call her Ashley because I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing her last name correctly. John Doe and Jane Doe, together as plaintiffs, filed their complaint against defendant Sean Combs, Diddy, Christina Quorum, Shane Pierce, Ruben Valdez, John Pelletier, Odell Beckham, Drew Desbordes, Jacqueline Wright, Jaguar, Alina Harris Scott, Mateus Gonzalez, Brandy Cunningham, Janice Combs, Keith Lux, better known as Big Homie CC, and John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10 together, allege the following. Introduction. This case involves RICO enterprise for the purpose of SA, false imprisonment, holding people against their will for the personal and financial benefit to the enterprise participants. Defendant Diddy has been sued by countless individuals for crimes similar to the ones enumerated in this complaint. Defendant Diddy is currently a federal inmate awaiting trial for crimes similar to those enumerated in this complaint. Defendant KK is an employee of defendant Diddy, often referred to the defendant Diddy as his right-hand woman. Defendant's Diddy predatory behavior was constant and was well known by several individuals, including defendant Diddy's employees, staff, friends, family, and associates. In fact, defendant Diddy's sons are being sued for similar allegations. Defendant Diddy was able to effectuate his crimes and evade capture and prosecution for his crimes for almost 30 years due to his position of power and influence in the entertainment industry. Defendant Diddy exploited his position and his relationships with powerful individuals to force SA through exploitation, fear, manipulation, physical threats, emotional empowerment, intimidation, and retaliation. Had any of the previous victims of defendant Diddy been taken seriously, or had any of the abettors reported defendant Diddy's actions to law enforcement, Diddy's illegal and unfathomable behavior could have been prevented. Instead, defendant Diddy was able to rain his abuse and other stuff on countless victims for over 3 decades. Additionally, had defendant Diddy's numerous business partners and associates not ignored defendant Diddy's deviant behavior, Diddy would have been unable to continue his pattern of what he was doing over such a long period of time. As alleged herein, defendant Diddy took advantage of his position of power in the entertainment industry to garner loyalty and trust from the public at large, law enforcement, while instilling fear and intimidation in the hearts of his voluminous victims. Allegations against defendant Diddy has been disregarded for decades, therefore creating a failure to protect victims like the plaintiffs named herein. Unlike most victims of Diddy who were employees, adult workers, or individuals seeking out defendants' help to launch their careers, Plaintiff Ashley does not fall into any of these categories. Plaintiff Ashley met defendant Diddy due to happenstance and still ended up being brutally a victim in a similar manner as described by the others who have preceded her filing and others who surely will follow, including Plaintiff Doe's herein. Plaintiffs John and Jane Doe met with defendant Diddy with their connections in the music industry, as plaintiff John Doe was a previous plaintiff against Michael Jackson for SA as a minor. Due to defendant's agreement to participate in corrupt enterprise, plaintiffs and countless other victims have been immeasurably and permanently harmed. Plaintiffs allege as follows upon personal knowledge as to themselves and their own acts and experience, and as to all other matters upon information and belief, including investigations conducted by their attorneys. Next section, parties. Plaintiff Ashley is an individual who resides in and is a resident of California. Plaintiff John Doe is an individual who is a resident in Nevada and resides in another state purposely to protect his safety and identity. Plaintiff Jane Doe is an individual who lives in Nevada and resides in another state as to protect her safety and identity. Defendant Sean Combs, Diddy, is an individual who resides in and lives in California. Defendant also owns a residence in Florida. However, defendant Diddy is currently an inmate at MDC in Brooklyn, New York. Defendant Christina Coram is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in California or North Carolina, excuse me. Defendant Shane Pierce is an individual who resides in California. Defendant Ruben Lear Valdez, Defendant Valdez, is an individual who resides in California. Defendant John Lawrence Politier is an individual who resides in and is a resident in Nevada or Hawaii. Defendant Odell Beckham is an individual who resides in Florida, previously referred to as John Doe in the plaintiff Ashley P's original complaint. And that is definitely Odell Beckham, the football player. Let's keep going. Defendant Defendant Druski is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is either Maryland or Georgia, previously referred to as John Doe, in plaintiff Ashley P's original complaint. And that is definitely that social media personality. Defendant Jacqueline Wright, Jaguar Wright, is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in California or Nevada. That is definitely Jacqueline Wright, Jaguar Wright, the YouTube social media personality, pictured there. Defendant Alina Harris Scott is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in California. Defendant Mateus Gonzalez is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in Nevada. Defendant Brandy Cunningham is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in Arkansas, previously referred to as Jane Doe, as plaintiff Ashley P's original complaint, pictured here. Defendant Janice Combs is an individual who resides in Florida. Okay, that is definitely Diddy's mother, I think. Leave something in the comments below. I do believe that is his mother. Defendant Keith Lux is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in Nevada. Defendant John and Jane Does are individuals who, upon information and belief, reside in various states, but mainly California. Now, that will end part 1. We're going to get into more specifically these allegations in this amended suit, which will go further into detail concerning the amended complaint with the people actually being named, what their alleged roles in the situation is, and we're just going to keep reading this lawsuit. Again, this is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. You guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share your comments below as we read through this. Till next time, enjoy your day. Bye, guys.